Hello, my name is Clay Buston. I'm the owner of Brotherhood Painting. I'm this guy right here, and want to thank you for choosing Brotherhood Painting for your estimate coming up here, and just do a quick walkthrough and kind of give you an idea of what to expect and kind of how to make sense of what we do here and how it applies to you. So shouldn't take about 10 minutes here, and yeah, let's get going. So when you get an estimate, you're going to have some job details in here that that Matt gets when he walks around with you. This little mock-up one doesn't have much, and an agreement here that kind of describes how we operate. But I just want to give you a quick overview of kind of our company and stuff, and how we work. So I started off in College Works Painting in the year 2000. I was 20 years old. This is a company who runs like a college internship where you run your own company. I ran the top business out of 90 managers in Colorado. I was manager of the year, and I ran the number two business in the whole country out of over 2,000 managers. So I was first runner-up for National Manager of the Year. So off to a good start. Me and my brother, we painted out there for a couple more years, and then we ran out. We moved out to Southern Oregon, and we started Brotherhood Painting. This is our old logo. That's me on the left there, and we got pretty darn good. By 2005, we were pretty good at painting ourselves, and collected a bunch of old-fashioned reference letters on paper before they had Google reviews. And then in 2014, once we started having wives and kids and stuff, we decided to grow the business, and we're now up over 20 painters actually. This year is looks like the direction we're going. So yeah, grown a lot and maintained a pretty good reputation along the way. So that's kind of our history. We have won some rewards as far as the Medford Sneak Preview and Best of the Best Painting Company, and so thanks for your votes on those. As far as reviews, encourage you to go to our Google reviews, and like if I go back here, you'll notice we have 3 times more than the next guy, and they're all 5-star, except for if you see a couple of these 1 stars in here, they actually are not. If you read, you'll see that we actually didn't paint for them. They weren't our clients. So yeah. And then same thing, if you go to Yelp, 5 stars across the board, and then you can go ahead and read the ones that they don't show. There's actually a bunch more than that down here. And then Facebook, same thing, all 5 stars. This guy gave us a 4, and then when I commented and said, hey, what would I have to jump for a 5th star, he said, if 6 existed, I wouldn't have a problem, but I don't think he knew how to go back and change it. And then this again was a guy we didn't even paint for, so his house just was way out in the boonies and too small. So yeah, good reputation we've developed, and we work hard to keep that up. I consider it the most important thing we do, to keep that sacred reputation strong. What you can expect is, as far as your journey, we say, through working with us, before the job, after you guys book, we will provide color and design assistance. So this is something we've been really specializing in since the beginning. Picking colors is a tough part of what you're doing, and you want to make sure you get it right. So we have a shop right next to Miller Paint. We'll meet you there. They've got thousands of colors, and we'll walk through your house and kind of give you some ideas of how to pick out your colors, and then we'll do a free test patch. So our guy will actually come out and put some on your house, and this system is the way we've been doing this from the beginning. It's low tech, but it works really well. Before the job, we've got Carrie in the office here, who her job is to make sure that there's no surprises. You guys know we're coming, and so she's always keeping you guys keeping in touch with you guys. And then our crew leader will give you call you about 24 hours before they're coming, so that you know that he's coming. During the job, we have a formal walk around to set up the job with our crew leader, who's going to make sure that there's nothing amiss between the work order and between his work order and your understanding in your contract. So missing details can be a common frustration. You know, we come and what you expect and what our crew leader is doing are different. That can be a huge problem. So we make sure, first of all, that isn't the case, and then just address any concerns and work out logistics about, you know, keeping your dog inside and where to park our van and stuff like that. Every day we'll keep the place nice and clean. And then one of the coolest things we've been doing the past few years is leaving daily video logs. So when you get this, you can click on this example. Every day our crew leader will walk around the house and leave you a video kind of letting you know what they got done that day and what they're planning on doing the next day. And so this is just, you know, it's convenience. It's a time saver for you guys. If we miss you that evening, you can just watch it at your own, you know, you can watch it in bed before you go to bed or whatever. And it also kind of keeps a record of progress. So you can see, you know, that we put 2 coats on that wall and whatever. So it's kind of documenting the good work that we're doing. And then of course we walk around the house at the end to make sure you're all good, and then Carrie follows up with you afterward just to double check that you're happy. So yeah, that's what you can expect. I want to tell you a little bit about how we work. Actually, I think it's more appropriate to go to this tab first. So what we've really realized is specialization is our secret sauce. That's what's made us really great as we've continued to grow this company and evolve it. And that's the process of concentrating on and becoming expert in a particular subject or skill. So we take that down basically 3 levels. The first level is we specialize on exterior repaints. Okay, so it's our whole company specializing in one thing rather than being a jack of all trades. Everything you see here, the duct tape with the paper over the drops, like all that stuff is very formalized into what we do. Everybody's highly trained in it because we don't have to learn how to do 1,000 different things well. We just do exterior repaints, and so we're able to be masters of it because we don't do all this other stuff. We're not good at oil staining. We're not good at cabinet refinishing. Never done that. Don't ever want to do this. We just stick to what we're good at. The next level of specialization is our residential division specializes in residential in particular. They are trained. They just do residential. Residential is very personal. The aesthetic standard is high, and our residential crew leaders are trained to operate in that environment. They don't do the commercial and, you know, multifamily bigger stuff. They just do this stuff. So it's our friendliest guys that are good at keeping a neat job site and keeping your dog inside and all that important stuff. The next level of specialization is occupational specialization. So rather than having a big company where everybody does everything, we have a pressure washer who does nothing but pressure wash. Therefore, he's very good at that. Our prep painters, we actually have a separate prep crew, which we'll get into in a second, and they do nothing but prep work. So that's the scraping, sanding, caulking, and priming. And because that's all that they do, they can be masters at that. And that's a really important thing, especially for prep. Our cover painters they mask windows and cover bushes and all that kind of stuff. And again, that's all that they do. So they're very good at that. And our finish painters, who generally are our most experienced guys, are the ones who actually apply the paint. They're the ones that will be spraying your door and doing that fine finish work. So you can rest assured that every person that's doing something on your job is a master of that one skill. So when you put all this together, you really get a company that's built on everybody being very good at what they do, and they all kind of fit together like a puzzle piece for just a really high level of excellence. So that's kind of our approach and specialization. And like we said, we do have a separate prep crew. Again, the part of that is the specialization, that they can be really good at scraping, sanding, caulking, and priming, which is the whole foundation of your house. This is the reason we started doing this is because we realized a big problem in our industry was people hiding bad prep work. People not scraping, sanding, caulking, priming the best they could, and then painting over it. That's the thing about paint, is you can paint over your shortcuts. So we thought, what could we do to make sure beyond doubt, with a guarantee, documented evidence, that this was not happening in our company? So what we came up with, and that's been really working great, is we actually have a separate prep crew who again are specialists, and they go and they do that prep work, and then they leave it. They finish the whole job completely, and they leave it open for you to see. So this is about honesty and transparency, nothing to hide. This is about trust. This is about knowing that we are confident enough in our prep work to leave it out for you to see before we put any paint over it. Not only that, we will do a double inspection schedule ourselves. So our prep crew leader, who's this guy right here, will, before he leaves, he does an inspection, and he does it through video. So we use a lot of high technology because it's great. He does a video inspection of it. We share that with you, so it's all open and transparent. And then it's a double inspection schedule, because when the finish crew comes, the finish crew leader does a second video inspection. And we share all that stuff with you. And so again, that's about transparency and just quality control, and it's made a huge difference in the quality of our work. No bad prep work gets painted over in our company anymore. I love it. In this video, you'll see he noticed a couple tiny little things or whatever, and the prep crew or the finish crew, the first thing they'll do is button up those tiny little things, and I love it. Now no bad prep work gets through, and it's great. So check out this video. When the finished crew comes, they're the ones who will cover the windows. Again, those are specialists who mask all the window. They're trained to make sure there's no blow-throughs, make sure no overspray gets hit, make sure this light is a minimum of 20 feet away and covered and stuff like that. And then the finish painters will put the paint on and make it pretty. All right. So that is kind of an overview of how we operate. And yeah, I want to just get that out of the way so that when Matt gets there to do your estimating, he can totally focus on your job and the details and not have to be as long-winded as I am here. So hopefully this has helped set that up, and you kind of understand what you're getting, and now you can just focus on the particular details of your job when Matt gets there. What to expect at the estimate: typically it takes usually a max of about 90 minutes, depending on how well you guys get along, how big and complex your house is. Matt's going to walk around with you in the beginning, take some good notes. First he'll come in and just get an idea of what you guys are trying to do, and then he'll walk around the house, take some good notes, and try to leave no detail missed. And then there is a 5% discount if you guys schedule on the spot at the estimate. So some people do, some people don't, but you can save 5% if you do that. It just saves us a lot of time, and just keeps the engine moving in our business. If you guys like what you see, you feel confident in us, the price comes in within your budget and stuff, then you can save 5% if you sign on at the estimate and get into the schedule. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully that helps you guys get started. Thank you so much again, and we will hopefully be working with you soon. All right.